My name is Stephanie Schaefer. I am currently a PhD student at the University of North Texas. My current role is a public high school visual arts teacher, and I'm in my 9th year as an educator. My career goal is a chaos coordinator for the visual arts. One of the things I'm most passionate about is creating art experiences for students, like Big Art Day and Empty Bowls. These opportunities allow students to connect with their community. I would like to have more opportunities to organize events with the City of Garland and public schools to make our community more connected and racially sensitive. Who is served by the program? The Gifted and Talented program offers extended learning for their students. It covers the breadth and depth of instruction that can't be attained in a regular integrated classroom. It identifies students that have something special and extra and provides protections for those students. The program also serves non-traditional students. Gifted and talented kids are the ones who have a different worldview. These students develop their skills and knowledge with accelerated content, digging deeply into the subject matter. This group benefits from choosing their own topics in which they can investigate, create learning contracts, and ideate on real-world problems. How do students qualify for the program? There is a requirement that 10% of the schools be identified as gifted and talented. Students are assessed on their general, special ability, non-intellectual factors like strengths and dedication, and environmental factors and chance factors. Students are given the Cognitive Abilities Test and the Iowa Test of Basic Skills to determine if a child has gifted abilities. The Cognitive Ability Test a student's verbal reasoning skills, math reasoning skills, and spatial reasoning. The composite score indicates the overall strength of a student's cognitive resources for learning. In the Cognitive Abilities Test, the student is given a percentile of how they measure against students in their same age group. The higher the percentile, the better their score was among their peer group. Students who rank in the 85th percentile will go on to take the Iowa Test of Basic Skills, and parents must give their permission for their child to take this test. What does the program provide to students? It provides additional creative outlets by hiring specialists in each of the discipline of the fine art department. It seeks to give students opportunities to reach their full potential and ensure that instruction engages and motivates them to increase their knowledge base and develop higher level thinking. In high school, these courses prepare students for life after school, whether it be college, military, or dive into the workforce. Which teachers and staff members help coordinate and/or support the program? Most schools have a gifted and talented coordinator that oversees the program and teacher training. Staff members receive 30 hours of professional development training to meet the needs of the gifted and talented, then a 6-hour refresher training annually. It is preferred that the visual arts teachers do their refresher training within the visual arts discipline. Teachers are trained how to modify the curriculum to allow greater depth and complexity of instruction for the gifted and talented. This may include allowing these identified students to research topics of their own choosing. It may also include altering the assignment so that the outcome fits in with a global perspective. Teachers also have the ability to accelerate the curriculum because gifted and talented students need a variety of ways to take in information. What types of curriculum, interventions, or instructional approaches might be applicable for the student population? Teachers also can accelerate the curriculum based on the gifted and talented students' the way they acquire and process information at a faster rate than their peer group. A teacher may choose to compact the curriculum if the student has already mastered part of the content being taught. Another option is to enhance or accelerate classes such as honors or advanced placement curriculum is to offer classes on Saturday. Of course, these are not exclusive to only gifted and talented students, but are open to any student who is open for a challenge. Students can offer a variety of clubs to help the gifted and talented students find commonalities among their peers. By offering a wide assortment of clubs, students can be exposed to many kinds of experiences without taking the class. Participating in a club is a low-risk way for talented students to engage in the materials outside of what they are familiar with. The student will bridge connections between the new material and what they learned in the club, and the topics of special interest to them. How will you monitor or evaluate the program? Each year, students will create a body of original work to show in a gallery space. The learning doesn't stop when the artwork is finished. They will also have to write an artist statement that gives a brief description of their thought process while making the work, what they learned along the way, and what they want to do next. A vital part of the artistic process is putting it on display and receiving feedback. When a student sees their work in a gallery space or under spotlight, or have their performance in front of a live audience on stage, it changes their perception and how they see their work. Having talented students exhibit their work as professional artists, they receive valuable feedback to improve their skills. We are also teaching our students how to interact with the public when attending an art reception. They will also learn valuable skills about being a gracious winner when they are awarded placement during competitions. The work is accumulated in the student's visual art portfolio, which is later evaluated by college recruiters. This is an opportunity to engage with the community. Area businesses like restaurants and doctor's office will want to be able to display the students' artwork in their spaces. It is a mistake to think that because a child has advanced abilities in one subject that they are advanced in all subjects. Because of this, they are sometimes put into courses beyond what they can do. They may appear to be immature in some areas because the level of work they are expected to perform at is with older children. Many gifted students hold unrealistically high expectations of their own achievement, and they may overvalue their cognitive dimensions or view giftedness as an entitlement. Sometimes these students have a hard time fitting in with their peer group and might be socially awkward. Their giftedness sets them apart from their peers, while their age and emotional immaturity sets them apart from adults. Given the right guidance and support, these exceptional children can make a real-world difference. The Office of the Civil Rights in 2015 defined an alternative school as a public elementary or secondary school that addresses the needs of students that typically cannot be met in a regular school program. The school provides non-traditional education, serves as an adjunct to a regular school, and falls outside of the categories of regular education, special education, or vocational education. Alternative education is available to any student where traditional education does not fit their current circumstances. These programs vary greatly from district to district. During the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s, schools experienced a reform in the discriminatory policies. One outcome was the development of alternative schools. Freedom schools were developed to provide high-quality education to minority students. These privately run, student-centered facilities allowed students the flexibility to decide what they will learn and define their own path. Alternative schools vary significantly by what the needs are of the students being addressed. Charter schools are tuition-free, independently operated schools for open enrollment. However, there is often a waiting list for the more successful charter schools. JJAEP, students are placed in the program by the courts. For students 16 to 18, they are provided transitional services to integrate themselves back into the public school system. Magnet schools offer specialized training or teaching. The specialization can range from performance art to leadership to engineering or math. There's an application process for enrollment in the program that will include a portfolio, a written essay, or teacher recommendation. The idea of alternative schools is rooted in the idea that traditional public school does not fit the needs of the students. The student-teacher ratio is often smaller in these environments, allowing the teacher to deeply understand and address the needs of the students. For the arts, these schools offer tools specifically for art production. They offer more choices in kiln firing, glass blowing, metal smithing, more than a general education school. In non-traditional classrooms, teachers take on more responsibilities because of how the program's integrated into the community. Success of the program is evaluated on their graduation rates. Magnet schools for the arts track students after graduation to ensure that their program has long-term effects. There's a wide range of alternative schools. Charter schools and online schools are growing in popularity to meet the demands of more specific modalities. However, the misconception remains that alternative schools are not public schools. Like public schools, alternative schools and online and charter schools are not religious-based, have open enrollment, and are publicly funded. Another misconception is that charter schools do not have to follow the same guidelines and standards as public schools. Alternative education facilities are held to the same accountability standards as other public schools. All publicly funded educational schools have state exams, periodic reviews, financial audits, and annual reporting. However, charter schools also have closure processes and parental choice. School districts have a gifted and talented coordinator that can offer assistance in choosing the best program for your child. For more information on this presentation, you can check out these resources. Thanks for watching.